Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 and the conclusion of this replay. Mutalisk now moving out, both of us trying to sit in our base, trying to mass a little bit, both of us realizing that we can't really do too much. Enrix sitting on a couple of Vikings, so those Vikings will be a strong counter towards those Mutalisk. Mutalisk trying to do some scouting, just trying to make sure that we do not have any additional expansions outside our main base. Taking a look at this army over here, I have a couple Colossi, a couple Stalkers, and now those Mutalisks going to be able to fly into that main base and perhaps start harassing the mineral line over here. Vikings now being produced out of that starport. Mutalisk getting a couple easy kills. Stalkers now trying to move back, getting a fourth Colossus or fourth Colossi with that upgraded attack. Taking a look back at the main base over here, trying to get that level 2 weapons upgrade, running off of 4 warp gates. So I will in fact be able to warp in a lot of units. Mutalisk still trying to run back around. They're not sure where exactly they want to go. And I realize that I can really push in on this main base now as much as I want to, as that siege range is so strong. It's pretty much a siege tank that can walk around and move very quickly. So the Colossus, a very, very formidable siege weapon. Taking a look over here, we once again have those Mutalisks trying to push in. Marines down in position, ready. No, Marines and Marauders. The Marines do not have that combat shield, however, and there are currently no medevacs in the air. More Vikings now coming out, so an army of 5 or 6 Vikings, or 7 Vikings now moving out. So any anti-air that he may have, or air that he may have to try to take down my Colossi will be easily destroyed. Hydralisks, on the other hand, are going to be a little bit more difficult to take down, but because of my upgraded Colossi, it should be fairly easy for me to take down the rest of these particular buildings. Colossi, 4 of them now moving out, able to do, 27 times 2, so that's, 204, okay, 54 times 4, 216 damage very, very quickly. Hatchery getting destroyed in just mere moments, so down it goes. Broodlings don't even stand a chance trying to get momentarily close to that Stalker, as that Stalker was able to just focus them down. Stalkers also with that upgraded range, able to do 18 damage, 10 base damage against those units. Now looking back over here, Vikings in the air, tanks on the ground, going to go ahead and try to push out Gradius's expansion over here. So Gradius quickly getting into position, and I have some Stalkers now just trying to take down one of those Overlords. Overlord quickly getting taken down, and Enrix should consider trying to focus down some of those Overlords as well. Quick Queen trying to get into position as well, but definitely not going to be a decent fight for those Mutalisks. Stalkers now trying to come in. Corruptors now trying to come in to try to engage on a fight, but those Stalkers on the ground able to fire back very easily. And all those Hydralisks trying to get in position, getting just simply destroyed as more of that units are just stacking on top of each other. One Colossi does get taken down, but the Stalkers on the ground are able to continue this fight fairly well. A single Stalker and a couple Marines now trying to fight back against those Mutalisks. Mutalisks are going to get taken down without any real issue. Stalker down to a couple of hit points. More Zerglings now trying to come into play. Zerglings just getting toasted. Hydralisk going to get toasted right there, and then going to go ahead and continue to try to push this. The Stalkers, or actually the Colossi, actually have a farther range than they can see, I believe. So they kind of need spotters just like siege tanks. Taking a look over here, running off of 7 now, or 8 warp gates now, able to warp in 8 Stalkers at a time as the warp gate cooldown is now underway. Taking a look at this Colossi, just trying to do a little bit of a hit and run, trying to focus down these units and perhaps try to take down that Hatchery. Hatchery already down to 938 hit points, taking a lot of that damage, now down to 628. Corruptors once again trying to re-engage. Corruptors trying to focus down those last couple Colossi. Colossi able to just really shoot down, and those Corruptors really are going to be unable to really focus down any of those units. Trying to run back. Once again, Gradius overshooting those Colossi, and that Hatchery is taken down. So quickly taking down those quickly taking down that single Hatchery, so I know economically we are at least ahead. More Stalkers now moving out across the map. A group of 8 Stalkers going to be able to warp in once again more units, so warping in more units again. So warping in a fair number of Stalkers down over here into that pylon power, so going to be able to produce additional units. Once again doing a scan, Colossi coming into this position, and Stalkers trying to shoot back up. Vikings on the ground. I'm going to go ahead and blink up to that high ground in order to act as a little bit of a wall against any of those Zealots and Stalkers that are trying to get close to my units. Marauders on the ground just trying to shoot back up. They do have sight up onto that high ledge. Going to go ahead and take down that Hatchery. Hatchery down to 12 hit points. Down it goes, and the units are continuing to nest push out once again. Wow. Losing another Colossi once again to those Corruptors. Corruptors are able to focus down more units Valoxx once again trying to warp in more units, and Hydralisk being warped in as well, losing that last Colossi, so things are not looking good for me at this stage in the game, but we were able to at least focus down some of these units. Colossus now going to go ahead and move back towards the siege tank. Colossus has 3-0 upgrade, so dealing 29 times 2, so 58 damage per round. Also going to go ahead and start getting that shield upgrade for these units, and now once again also upgrading and trying to mass up more stalkers. I have two rows of stalkers, so 16 stalkers. Once again moving back out. Zealots sitting down here. Zealots trying to warp in, trying to really engage in on this fight. I'm going to go ahead and set up a natural expansion over here. Want to set up an expansion in order to push back any attacks, and also I know that my main mining locations are going to be mined out very, very soon. Taking a look at the income, I have 46 workers, Enrix at 29, Valoxx and Gradius both sitting at 31. Taking a look over here, Gradius also has a high yield mineral patch over here. The high yield mineral patch is on that low ground though, so it is very, very difficult to defend. Also going to warp in some pylons over here on this backhand side in order to try to produce some more units. So if I can produce some more units, that's going to be very, very beneficial to my base, as I'm able to deploy them out to the field very quickly. Once again, I'm going to be moving out some more Colossi, another Colossi, or 2 more Colossi now being moved out once again, still building more, and also finally getting that shield upgrade on my forge. Gonna go ahead and speed up the replay just a little bit. Perhaps I can get this all down into one replay. Now that those pylons are upgraded or built, I can go ahead and warp in these stalkers fairly easily. I want to go ahead and try to attack from that far side, as I believe that they won't let me really attack for free again. So I come in and attack over here and able to start shooting down these probes. Probes getting taken down really quickly. Stalkers now just warping in, so one full control group of stalkers now just warping in, trying to take down the rest of these buildings. Stalkers now also on the low ground, and those Vikings are in the air. Viking Colossi just able to splash a lot of that damage around, easily taking out a lot of these units. Zealots now trying to come in, trying to engage on those stalkers, but those stalkers are supported by those Colossi, so Colossi able to just rip through those Zealots with those laser beams. More stalkers trying to push in a little bit further, but those disruptors on those stalkers not going to be terribly effective, as the sheer number of units that I have in this particular fight. Valoxx will not be able to really take it down. Also, Enrix also has siege tanks on this background over here, so able to shoot off into that high ground, and I'm wondering why it doesn't show that whole entire range when I click on one of his siege tanks. Stalker now going to be going in, trying to finish off these particular warp gates, and this army is going to be able to just walk over and destroy the rest of Valoxx and Gradius' base. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just go ahead and continue to watch. You guys can enjoy the pure mayhem and destruction that is a large Colossi army supported with Stalkers and Vikings.